Good morning. Welcome back, tribe, collective. This tribe. I've been trying to wrap my head around the fact. Oh, by the way, thank you guys for all your likes, shares, and subscribes. I've been finding many more of you in the comments discussing what we've got going on. There's more people seem to be finding this collective and finding empowerment, finding a sense of purpose or direction and I know that because of the comments y'all been making. So I'm really happy to see that we're progressing forward, because as I grow, y'all grow. As y'all grow, I grow, because we're all of the same energetic collective, right? So I asked the runes this morning, I said, so where is this tribe going? Where is this collective going? And so as I pull the runes, like I told y'all, I scry through my runes, so I go with what comes to my mind when I pull a rune. If anything comes through, something doesn't always come through, and they're very cryptic, but if they tell me something and it pops up, I have to tell y'all. So the first thing they gave me was the weird rune, and the weird rune is the door of fate, and it talks about all and nothing. So this is like a new opening, and I heard new open door. So today, Weird is talking about, because you have to go with your own intuition. I'm going to teach that in the rune classes, which will be in the memberships, guys. It won't be in the because I'm doing something special for angels and ancestors, which is the $25 a month membership. And I do believe that's in the description box. I don't know. We're gonna be redoing the description box so it's more clear cut. Me and my friend have been looking at other channels, and we're going to redo the description box. But open door. What do you want? What old are you getting rid of, and what new is coming in? Because every time, I have learned, every time you release something or you have healed for something, you make space for something new to come in. Like one time I had, just for an analogy, one time I had a client that I let go of because I was working for an agency that helped senior citizens like me, and I was doing for those that couldn't do for themselves. And one got too controlling. Didn't want me to talk to no one, was acting like I was her personal servant, and I was like, no, this is not what I'm here for. I let it go, and then something new came in, and I noticed it, and I was like, oh, that's what making space means. Because sometimes you hear the words and you don't always comprehend. So this is new door, letting go of something old to let something new in. So I'm like totally excited about that. So that means that we're definitely moving on, moving into new energy where you can now be a bigger creator for your life, right? And that was done by that, because the next room that I got was flow, and they told me they put the open door is the overall energy, and then they gave me, which normally would be what they call the God room or the first room, but I got that's the overall new door, and then I got flow, which is a very feminine room, yin and energy, but it's also the energy flowing much better. It could be a female coming, especially, well, that's true for some people I've talked to. It could be a feminine energy coming in. It could be you integrating your feminine energy. If you're more of a masculine type of person, I tend to be more masculine. I'm more out there, but I'm very nurturing. But at the same time, I'm blunt as I'll get out. I sometimes tell people bluntly to their face, well, you're wanting a change, but you're still doing the same shit. So what do you expect to change? Told a friend of mine that. She's like, oh yeah, I know, but she still sits there. I'm like, your choice. So I'm now distancing myself again for like the third time, because I never give up on people. So more flow coming into your life. The choice is up to you of what you let go of and what you hang on to. So if you are finding yourself distancing yourself from those that you want to help that aren't helping themselves, it creates more flow and balance in your life, because you let go of what you can't change or what you can't help someone with, even though they needed help or wanted help or whatever. And you now allow something more positive to come in. Or maybe even you just create a space that stays vacant for a while. But nature abhors a vacuum. So this causes going into a breakthrough. A breakthrough in the way you're seeing things, the energies you're picking up on, breakthrough in your more positive things maybe. Maybe you're letting go of some old beliefs, and it's going to create movement. Because breakthrough, that door getting wider, breakthrough in the way you're seeing things, breakthrough in the process of self-change, and now it's going to create some movement. So maybe you're actually seeing something that you're letting go of that's no longer to the person you're becoming. Now, I will tell you, when I pulled the breakthrough rune, 2 runes came out. So I think this is the underlying energy is birth. This breakthrough is going to cause more birth. New creative ideas, new ways of being. Maybe you suddenly add something to your repertoire. Maybe you suddenly make a new choice for yourself that's better than the old, even if you can't quite see the consequences of it yet. But thinking about the consequences can be the mark of a profound person, right? So, in this birth rune, it has everything in it. It's all the new. It's all the creation. It's feminine energy. It's family. It's love. It's nurturing. And then we have Hagalaz. Hagalaz is a disruption. But what I'm feeling with it today is I'm feeling it's letting go of what's held you back. Letting go of something that needed to go, you're letting go of. And maybe when you let go of it, it causes some disruption in the people around you, or at your job, or at the place you always do business at, because you suddenly let go of maybe an old way of thinking or doing something, and somebody else gets upset about it because you're not kowtowing to them anymore. Maybe it even makes some secrets come to light, some realizations on your part. Maybe now suddenly you see how someone truly is, like the blindfold's ripped away, and you're like, oh, I didn't realize that person was like that. Or, I didn't realize this group of people, they were saying this, but now that I'm watching them, they're doing something totally different than what they were saying. Watch people's actions, not their words. And at the end of it, with this dog is new day in this birth, at the end of it, you are becoming more truly who you are, which is a spiritual warrior. Maybe you're embracing, I'm channeling, that's what I'm shaking. Maybe you're now embracing something that is sacred to you. Something that is, you're now seeing it again, and this open door brought it, because it's like the blindfold being ripped off. And whereas sometimes I feel like, sometimes I'll get the distinct feeling that Hagalaz and Perth are scary, or a little, it feels like this is on your side, that it's now going to create this spiritual warrior where the blindfold is ripped off and they can't pull the wool over your eyes anymore. You see, especially those that say one thing and then do another, I feel like the blindfold gets ripped off and you suddenly see people a lot more clearly. Maybe you have somebody say something to you and say, oh, somebody said that me and this person were doing such and such, and then laughing about it, and then you see something that tells you, well, they really are. And you're like, y'all are acting like y'all aren't, but you are, and I can see it, right? Or I know that you're doing this, and you're saying that you're not. Ooh, well, you ain't lying to me, because I can see right through it. Like the blindfold's ripped off. And you're like, really? Right? One of those. And as you get older, folks, I'm going to tell you, some of the older folks that are with me know this. I think her name's Diane, at Lemurian Soul Song. And Ken Diamond, who I think is a little bit older. When you see people saying one thing and doing another because they're trying to pull bullshit over your eyes, and you look at them and you're like, uh-huh. And you just kind of like step back and go, yeah, I see the truth here, right? The older you get, the more you see, the more you understand. The more you see people's bullshittery, as one of my other tarot readers I check into once in a while, she calls it bullshittery. So this is coming alive, coming awake through an open door, seeing things that you haven't, or seeing the truth of things. Even, you know, I've got the really overall feeling of people that say one thing, but they're doing something different, and you're seeing through it. it's no longer a secret. It's like, really? How come I didn't see that before? Well, I see it now. Whatever, right? It's taking one of those whatevers. And so when you step back and you kind of observe a little more, you start seeing a lot of more clarity. You start seeing a lot of more of what's really truth. And that's that breakthrough in the process of self-change, because now maybe certain people that maybe even one couple, well, I wouldn't say your kids, because usually you can read your kids pretty good. But if there's other people around you that are telling you a bunch of bullshit, you're seeing that it's true. You're seeing through a lot of falsehoods or things that people were saying that you believed them, and now you look at them and you see their next few actions and go, okay, who you lying to? You ain't lying to me, because I see exactly what the fuck's going on, right? So that's what I feel like is coming, like a full circle of an old ending, a chapter ending, something new coming in, and just going, standing in your own power, seeing things you've never seen before, or seeing them and now knowing the truth of them. Let's rephrase that. Let me pull a couple of cards, tell me yin yang debt. Truth and expression. Somebody might be watching and spying on you. But with this spiritual warrior, we got a timing card here. Spring. Spring might be when some new ideas of yours come into play. Planting new seeds and making new plans, because you've seen this truth. And I'm going to tell you, right now from my own personal experience, if you find one of your neighbors or something like that, somebody's watching and spying on you, it's usually because they have nothing better to do and they're not contributing anything to society. Or they're retired and they're just bored. Or they're gossiping about you. I've been having other people tell me, and I've been noticing too, that it's getting harder and harder for someone to directly lie to my face without me seeing right through it. So a lot of the blindfold coming off. If somebody's spying on you, give them something to watch. I am not kidding. One time, I know this, I'm not trying to give an editorial, Mr. Ken, but one time, because people were watching me, I went and sat on my front porch and pretended to be talking to somebody I wasn't talking to, just to watch their reactions. Pretend like I was talking to some guy, and everybody around me, the people outside, because they would come outside and because they'd see me out through their window on my phone, and they'd come out to hear what I was talking about. And I'd be going, oh yeah, we had a wonderful night, and I would just ad-lib like crazy, and you could see people's heads swivel around going, what? When did you do that? I didn't, but you don't know that, right? Anyone remember Miss Kravitz on Bewitched back in the day? She was always spying. Abner. She was a really sweet lady in real life. Unexpected storm. That's the haggle is there. But I feel like it's something that comes to light, that you just look at it and you go, huh, well, that's not really going to affect me. What else? What else you want to tell us, angels? What else you want to tell us on this spiritual warrior, this flow, this new birth? Let's pull about 3 or 4 in a row here. I just find that funny. Underneath, summer activity, goals, progress. So not letting those people bother you and having some new plans that you start in spring, you're going to see the culmination of some of those in summer. Okay? Soulmates, telepathic, spiritual, divine connection. So there's going to be, with this spiritual warrior, there's going to be more people realizing they're more telepathic than they think they are. Guys, this has been a big thing that has been playing out, that I've been watching in my readings, in my own life, and in other people's, where they're picking up messages from others, or they're telepathically seeing the light, or getting a lot of clarity and understanding on what they see going on around them. And this is going to get stronger in certain collectives, or I think all collectives that are spirituality based. I think a lot of us are going to get more on the same page if we're thinking alike. You know, your own tribe, your own circle of friends, and you're going to, you're going to see a lot of more those those that are liars, those that are pretending to conform, or not conform, but that are part of the higher spiritual vibes, you're going to see those that are not, the ones that have masks, are going to slip down the mountain. Literally, they're just going to snowball away from you, because the more you step into your truth and into your spirituality, the more the divine is going to step in, and the things that are not good, higher vibrational energies, just aren't going to be there no more. They just, especially if it's people that are determined to stay in their own bullshittery, they're going to slide in, they're going to stay in their own bullshittery while you keep evolving. While you keep evolving. So, nurture and protect yourself on this, because as you see the black or the negative, like I saw someone one time who was dealing with somebody very toxic, and I could almost see the oily, just energy around them that was like, gave me the creep feeling. And I talked to a couple of people about it, and they were like, well, I don't really see what you're seeing, but I can feel it. And I was like, yeah, that feeling, but I can see it. And I can see it with my third eye, and I can feel it. I can see this energy, and it was just like, it was like snake oil. It was just gross. So protect yourself. Because your higher self is being activated. So, higher self-integration, awakening, and timeline shift. So, by summer, this divine energy gets stronger, and the more you nurture and protect yourself and your higher vibrational energies between you and those that are meant to be around you, the more your higher self is coming into alignment with yourself. The more you are becoming, or you are peeling away these old layers and becoming this spiritual warrior, standing in your truth, holding your sword. What is true for you? We were talking about that yesterday. Last card. Until depth tells us apart. So Saturn stepping in. Hey, Sage has to be a part of every reading. She just has to be up here somehow. Stay there. Get on the coffee pot. Hang on, guys. Let me get the coffee pot for her. Get on the coffee pot. I can't believe I said that. You want to get on the coffee pot? So Saturn is all about, which I think Saturn is in Aries right now. I can't remember. Ken, you told me the other day. I think that's what you said. Guys, I can't remember every comment somebody makes. And I'm not doing I was going to continue it, but I'm not continuing the astrological. But y'all can get that book, The Planetary Guide by Llewellyn. Good book to at least give you a little synopsis of what's going on. But Molly McCord is good. And MJ at Soulful Revolution adds astrology in with her readings now. And so she gives you a better idea of how the planets are affecting us, just so y'all know. Okay? But this is Saturn. It's restrictive. Restrictive adversity structure, learning karmic lessons, and maturity until depth tears us apart. But I'm not thinking of that. What I'm seeing is the ones that are no longer meant to be in your life, they're just gonna fall away. Okay? Because your higher self is seeing through the bullshittery. You are becoming this spiritual warrior even more so. Or more stepping into the light of who you truly are. I hope that makes sense. Vitality and action. So you might even find yourself taking some kind of new action on your own behalf. Mars energy. Actually, I think Mars, Uranus, and Saturn, are all three of those the ones that are in Aries right now? Or they just come out of Aries? I can't remember. But this is taking action. And it's usually fast action. If you have a lot of Mars in your chart, you may be one of those people that takes action before you think things through. So because it's hot energy, make sure you give it one more thought. That also is what this movement room could be about too, is take time to think it through one more time before you take an action. Okay? If it's a project or something like that that's moving, okay? So this could be something a little different for some of you. Don't get overwhelmed by your emotions. Take another look about this movement and make sure you're moving in the right direction. Only you will know. Okay? If it feels good, do it. Me, I'm learning that, and I don't know if this is true for anyone else, I'm learning that the first thing that comes out of my mouth is my higher self. If I say, oh no, I'm in trouble again, when I meet someone, that's my clue to walk away. Whatever. And if I say, ooh, we're going to go somewhere together, right? It's a better thing than the automatically doom. Oh, no, I'm in trouble again. So I've been telling myself all these years what's good for me, what's not good for me. I just didn't know it. Recently, I got clued in. Now we have Sky on the table. Sky, stay. So this is all about truth coming to light, new flow, breakthrough in the process of self-change. Your higher self is getting activated through this process, through this open door. And I think this is a wonderful way to start the day. All right, guys, that's for you. 21:12 on the clock. I love you guys. Until next time. Oh, and members, there is a video up for you. There is a rune and card reading up for you. I posted it. It should have come on. It should come on in a few minutes. It is, well, it's 10 till 8 North California time, Tuesday morning. And that video should post at 8 o'clock. So by the time this one posts, you will have already seen it. But I will do a little community post right after I do this video to let y'all know that that's coming up at 8 o'clock. All right, guys, I love you so much. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for all your likes, shares, and subscribes. And I hope to see you in the next video.